Hello dear students, today we are going to make a general revision about our course for grade 4. First we will make the most important points and we will revise it. In the first lesson we talked about matter, mass and volume and their definitions. What is the definition of matter? Matter is everything around us has mass and volume, but mass is the amount of matter in the object, and volume is the space which the body takes or the space occupied by the object. We have three things we have to measure them. Number 1, mass, number 2, length, and number 3, volume. When we try to measure, we must know what are the measuring tools and what are the measuring units. Let's remember, the measuring tools for measure mass is common balance and sensitive balance, while the measuring tool to measure the length is ruler and graduated tape. And the measuring tools for measuring the volume or to measure the volume is ruler and graduated cylinder. But the measuring units are kilogram and gram for mass, so the measuring units of mass are kilogram and gram, and 1 kilogram equal 1000 gram, and there is another extra unit, its name is ton, and this is for the very big masses. Length, its measuring units are meter and centimeter, and 1 meter equal 100 centimeter. The volume and the measuring unit of volume, it depends on this matter is liquid or this substance is liquid or solid. For solids, it's cubic meter and cubic centimeter. And for liquids, it's liter and milliliter. Then we learned how to measure the volume of a solid substance. This substance may be regular solid objects, so it has length and width and height. So I will make the volume length times width times height. And of course the measuring unit is cubic centimeter or cubic meter. Or if I have irregular solid object, so I will bring a graduated cylinder and I fill or I will put an amount of water inside it, and then I will measure the volume of water. Then I will add this solid substance, this irregular solid substance inside it like a stone, like a marble, and then this solid object will increase the volume of water till a certain reading. The volume of this object will be equals V2 minus V1. V2 is the measuring or the value of the volume of water and the solid substance. For example, it's 50. And V1 is the volume of the liquid only, so I will substitute them from each other. So V2 minus V1 equals the volume of the irregular solid object. V2, the volume of water, and the object, V1, the volume of water only. This is the summary of lesson 1. We are going to talk about lesson 2. Lesson 2 was talking about the states of matter. And we have 3 states of matter, which are solid, liquid, gas. So the states of matter are solids, liquids, gases. And to define the solid object, solid is a substance which has definite shape and definite volume. So solids have definite shape and definite volume. And the examples of solids is like iron, gold, copper, aluminium, and all these things, book, note, a board, marker, all these are solids. And also we will talk about the liquids, and liquids is anything take the shape of the container without changing its volume. So liquids have indefinite shape and definite volume, or it takes the shape of the container but its volume doesn't change, like water, oil, milk, and all types of juices. The last thing is, or the last state is the gaseous state or gases. Gases like air, like oxygen, like hydrogen, like water vapor, they have indefinite shape and indefinite volume. So its shape and the volume, it changes according to the shape and the volume of the container. So again, gases, its volume and shape, it changes by changing the container. And we said that matter can be pressed in gaseous state only. This means that when I have a very big amount of gas, I can put it in a very small container. I can press it. Press it means I will put a very big amount in a very small container. And we have a very important question. Is there possible, or is this possible to change the substance from a state to another? Yes, we can change the substance from one state to another. So solids can be changed to liquid by heating, and this process, its name is melting. So the change of matter from solid state to liquid state, its name is melting. But liquid can change to gas by also heating, and this process, its name is evaporation. So what is the evaporation? Evaporation is changing matter from liquid to gas. Evaporation is changing matter from liquid to gas. And we can return it back again. What is the meaning of this? Gas can change to liquid by cooling, and this process, its name is condensation. So what is the condensation? Condensation is changing matter from gas to liquid. And also we can return liquid to solid by freezing and by cooling. So the change of liquid to solid by cooling, its name is freezing. Then we will enter to the third lesson. The third lesson is talking about element. What is the element? Element is anything around us is made of element. So everything we see around us made of element. Why? Because element is the simplest form of matter. And this simplest form of matter can't be decomposed into two or more substances. So, element is the simplest form of matter which can't be decomposed into two or more substances. And we said that elements are classified into metals and non-metals. So, we have two groups of elements. One of them, its name is metal, and the other, its name is non-metal. How can we distinguish, differentiate, or know the difference between metals and non-metals? From their properties. So, what are the properties of matter? We have group of element, and this group of element have some properties, have some characteristics. The first property, all metals have metallic luster, and metallic luster means they are shiny, like the gold. It's a shiny because it is metal, and they are good conductors of heat and electricity. This means that if we warm it or we heat a part of the metal, we will see all of it become hot because it is good conductor of heat. What is the meaning of good conductor of electricity? When we add the metal to electric circuit, it will conduct electricity, or it will let the electric current flow through. Okay, also they are malleable and ductile. What is the meaning of malleable and ductile? Malleable and ductile means I can shape them and I can make shapes from them. And of course, all of us see we have many types or many shapes of jewels because jewels are made of gold. The cooking pots have different shapes because they are made of metal, which is aluminium. The cars have many shapes because they made of iron. So they are malleable and ductile. Also, they have a high melting point. What is the meaning have high melting point? This means that can't be melted easily. Melted means it changes to liquid easily. Like when we put the cooking pot in the cooker, above the cooker, it will not become melted. It will stay as it solid because it has high melting point. What are the states of metals? They are solids. All of them are solids like iron, copper, aluminium, gold, silver, and many other metals. And we have only one liquid, the only liquid metal, its name is mercury. So mercury is the only liquid metal. And of course there is no metals in gaseous state. When we talk about the non-metals, they are not shiny or they haven't a metallic luster. Like if I have a piece of coal, coal is carbon, so if I see it, it's a black and it doesn't shine, or it doesn't have metallic luster. And they are bad conductors of heat and electricity. When I put a piece of non-metal in hot container, this part only will become hot and the other will stay cold. And they doesn't conduct electricity. They don't conduct electricity because of this, if I put them in electric circuit, they will not let the electric current pass. But we have exception. Carbon is the only non-metal which is good conductor of electricity. So carbon is non-metal, but it also good conductor of electricity. Carbon, good conductor of electricity, although it is non-metal. Number 3 of the properties of non-metals, they are not malleable and ductile, so I can't shape them. If I try to shape them, they will, I can't do this because they will divide it into small pieces. They have low melting point. If I try to melt them, it will not take a long time because with very low temperature, I can melt them. I can change from solid to liquid. They are, what are the states of non-metals? I can find the non-metals in 3 states. Solid state like carbon, sulfur, phosphor, and we have only one liquid non-metal which is called bromine. And also I can find some gases, non-metals like hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. What are the uses of metals and non-metals? We have some uses of some elements. Number 1, iron. Iron is used in making 4 things. Number 1, we make them in, we use it to make doors. Number 2, to make car frames or car sheets. Number 3, we use it to make lamp posts or the holders of lamps in the street. And the last thing, we use iron to make bridges. So iron is used in making doors, car frames, lamp posts, and bridges. Number 2, from the uses of some elements, it's about aluminium. Aluminium is used in making cooking pots and foil paper. We use also copper in making coins and statues and electric wires. And we use gold in making jewels. At the end, we use carbon in making the positive poles of battery or of dry cells. So we use carbon to make positive poles of dry cells. Why? Give reason. Because it is good conductor of electricity, as we said before. When we go to talk now, we will going to talk about the 4th lesson, and it's about physical changes and the chemical changes. What is the physical changes? It's a change in shape or the appearance of matter without any change on its structure. So I will change its shape only, and its structure will remain as it without a change in structure. Like what? When we boil water, we change it to water vapor, so it is a change in shape only, because I can return water again to water vapor, will return back again to water. Freezing water, dissolving sugar in water, cutting paper, and grinding sugar, melting wax, recycling paper. And recycling means the used paper, I will return it back to clean one. What is the chemical change? Chemical change is a change in shape and structure. So I will produce new substance because the structure changed. I will produce new substance with new properties. So again, chemical change is a change in shape and structure which produce new substance with new properties. What are the examples? Burning of anything is a chemical substance, chemical change. So burning sugar, and also iron rusting, because when the iron become rusted, we can't return it back to its state, its normal state. Making yogurt from milk. When I make the yogurt from milk, I can't return the yogurt back to milk. Adding yeast to dough to ferment and to make bread. All these and many other examples are examples of chemical change. Until here we end or we finished Unit 1. Of course, you have to study again at home. This is a small and simple revision. In Unit 2, we started with stars. What are stars? Stars are shiny bodies. And these shiny bodies produce or emit or radiate heat and light. Stars are very, very far from us. So, because of this big distance between Earth and the stars, we see them very small in size, but they are huge in size. So, give reason, we see stars very small in the sky, or stars appears very small in the sky because they are very far from us. So again, stars appears very small in the sky because they are very far from us. So when I see in the scientific term, shiny bodies appears in the sky at night, so I will write stars. Stars are small in size, I will put wrong, they are very big size. And then we talked about solar system. What is the solar system consists of? The main two things in the solar system, sun and 8 planets. So the solar system consists of sun and 8 planets and the moons and other bodies. But when we bring in complete solar system consists of space and space. So I must write the sun and the 8 planets. I don't write the moon. If he add another space, so I will write the moons. What about the sun? Sun is a star in medium size, and sun produce heat and light or emit heat and light. Sun located in the center of the solar system, and it's the biggest body of the solar system. And all the 8 planets revolves around the sun. So sun located in the center. I told that sun star in medium size. Yes, but excuse me, we see it as a very big body, and it's much bigger than any other star, of course, because it is the nearest star to us. The only star in the solar system is the sun, and because it is very near to us, so we see it bigger than any other star, because the other star, as I told before, very, very far from us. The second part of, or the second bodies in the solar system are the 8 planets. What are the 8 planets? 8 planets are dark bodies, revolve around the sun in fixed orbit. And these dark bodies, they are 8, and we must know them in order from the nearest to the farthest from the sun. And they are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Mercury is the smallest and the nearest planet to the sun. So Mercury is the nearest and the smallest planet to the sun. Venus is the most beautiful planet. Earth is the watery planet because it consists of water. Mars is the red planet because its rock contains iron. Jupiter is the huge planet because it is the biggest planet. Saturn is the planet which has colored rings around it. Uranus is called the cold planet. Neptune is the blue planet. Of course, we have many questions in this part. Number 1, the third planet is Earth. The red planet is Mars. The blue planet is Neptune. The coldest planet, Uranus, or the cold planet is Uranus. The biggest planet, Jupiter, and the smallest, Mercury. Arrange the planets from the nearest to the farthest. And we have many questions about this part. Now we are going to talk about moons. What are the moons? Moons are the followers to the planets. Why we said that they are followers to the planets? Because they rotate around the planets. So each planet has a certain number of moons revolve around it, but Mercury and Venus has no moons. Okay? So moons are the followers to the planet. Or moons are dark bodies revolve around the planet. Miss, how? Moons are dark bodies. We see it luminous or shiny in the sky at night because moon reflects the sunlight. So when we have a very important reason, moon appears luminous in the sky, although it is a dark body, because moon reflects the sunlight, or because it reflects the sunlight. The last lesson of the course is talking about rotation of Earth around itself and around the sun. The Earth makes 2 rotations. The first one, it's the rotation of Earth around itself. And the rotation of Earth around itself causes the sequence of day and night. And this rotation, or the Earth complete one revolution or one rotation around itself once every 24 hours or 1 day. So the Earth complete one rotation around itself each 1 day or each 24 hours. The rotation or the revolution of Earth around the sun. This rotation causes the sequence of 4 seasons. And the Earth complete one rotation around the Earth the Earth complete one rotation around the sun once every year or every 365 and a quarter days. So now we knew how the day and night occurs when the Earth, or due to the rotation of Earth around itself. And give reason the sequence of 4 seasons due to the rotation of Earth around the sun. The last part is talking about the day longer in summer or in winter or in autumn or in spring. So day longer than night in summer, day shorter than night in winter. Day and night are equal or nearly equal in spring and autumn. So I will repeat again. Day longer than the night in summer. Day shorter than the night in winter. Day and night are nearly equal in fall and spring. God bless you all. Stay safe at home and study hard.